Hi, and welcome to Talks with Shay. So, today I would like to begin with reading from Matthew chapter 22 and verse 39. And it says, "And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." And so, for part four of Big Heart, I would like to talk to you about options. So, welcome. Today we have with us Kim Lett, and she is a foster parent because remember, we're talking about people that have a big heart. And so, who more to interview today but Kim? How you doing?
I'm great.
You're doing good.
Yes.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your story? How did you exactly get started with fostering?
So I was 26 years old, and my cousin actually came into care, my first cousin. And at the time, we had been married for 6 years. And so me and my husband have been trying to have a baby, and it just wasn't working. And so whenever he came into care, I felt like that was like a sign that like maybe that's why we weren't having kids, like we really needed to do this. And so he was 7, turning 8, and we adopted him when he turned 8. And he was definitely something. He turned our life around. But that's kind of how we got started and jumped into care. And then 5 years went by, and that was a hard time in my life. But we got through it, and he is a great kid now. And so 5 years, and then we decided we were gonna foster again and kind of jump into it because that's something that I felt like it was just time. And we've been kind of talking about it. So we jumped back in it and started fostering, and 2 years now we've been fostering.
Wow.
And so our first year, it was great. I got the advice from one of the classes. I don't know if you remember talking about it, but whenever they said, just say yes. When you get a phone call, just say yes. And so I started to just say yes, and it worked out because I got all my kids. And so we started out with 2 little boys. There was an infant and a 2-year-old, and they were great. We had them for a week, and they were awesome. And then they ended up going back home to mom. Next, we had this like sweet little baby girl. She was adorable. We had her for like a couple months, and she ended up going back to a relative, and then that led us to our CJ, who we've adopted, and Mickey. We've adopted a 9-year-old. So CJ is actually going to be 2 soon, which is insane. But we got him from the hospital, and he's been awesome, and he's like our little tornado all over the place.
So whose idea was it to begin fostering? Was it your idea, or was it like your husband's idea?
It was my idea to start fostering, and then because at first he was like, when we got Kevin, he was like,
and Kevin is your biological child?
Yes.
Okay.
He was like, this is insane. Like, I don't know if we could do this.
Yeah.
And I really felt like this was something that we needed to do, and I kept on him and on him. And so he was like, if you really think that this is something that we need to do, he was like, then we're gonna do it. And he has been amazing with everything. He's very supportive. He loves all our kids. We have all boys and 1 girl.
Yeah.
So he loves all of them, and they're like his little baseball players.
So whenever did it take much pride? Like, what was it in your heart that made you like say, I want to foster? Like, what did you see something, hear something? Like, what was it inside of you that actually would even think foster parent?
I just felt that there was a lot of kids in Lafayette area that
Okay.
that just needed homes.
Gotcha.
And we had a home, and I was like, we can do this.
Yes.
It was just something that I felt like, it was just a feeling, I guess. You just know that that's what you need to do.
So how many kids have you guys adopted?
So we've adopted 3, a 13-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a soon-to-be 2-year-old.
Wow. And you have how many biological kids?
None.
You don't have any?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all completely just adopted kids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We love our family. We get a lot of, we love your blended family.
Yes.
Y'all are awesome and so
Yes.
cute. And I love it so much.
I love it.
It's become normal to us now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like everybody, it's crazy how like when you're adopting or if somebody comes like into your home and if they decide to stay longer, how you just feel like they're your family already. It's just,
It clicks.
it does.
It
It
clicks.
clicks. It fits. And that's how I knew about Mickey. Like we met him at an adoption event.
Okay.
And the first day it was at the Cart Ranch, and the first day that we met him, it was him and Kevin clicked, and him and Joseph clicked, and they were just running around the place just holding hands and just best friends, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And so we just fostered him for 6 months, and then we ended up adopting him.
Okay.
Which was awesome. And
She's awesome though. Let me tell you, she manages children like nothing. Cause right now you have like 3 of them. That's
3 littles.
yes, and
Yeah.
littles. I'm talking about littles, like
under the age of 3.
yes, 3 under 3. So can you imagine? Like I couldn't do it. She does it like it's nothing. She makes it look easy. I had the privilege of working with her and helping her through a trying time, you know,
Yes.
with fostering and stuff, and being a support to her and things like that. And it was definitely a pleasure helping you through that, you know, situation and stuff, and supporting you through that. When you think of like, if there's somebody maybe listening in today that maybe always wanted to foster but kind of wasn't sure, what would be that takeaway that you would tell them, like to maybe encourage them to look into it or something like that?
I always try to encourage people to foster. I feel like I'm a little recruiter.
Okay.
Like going around town, I try to recruit my family because they know that it took in family, and so I'm like, I feel like y'all should do it too.
Yeah.
And I just feel like anyone can do it. And I know a lot of people think that, yeah, I would love to do it, but I have other things, or I don't have time, or they have other kids that are involved. And so I just feel like, I think it depends on your age group as well. Like if you get a little, it might be best for your family, you know, if you have other littles.
Right.
But I just feel like anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it.
You just have to be a human and have a heart.
Big heart, and that's what we're talking about. This series today is big heart, and that's why I chose to interview you guys as foster parents this month, because you do have to have a big heart to do that. Takes a lot of patience, right?
Yeah,
you know,
it does.
Yeah.
a lot
of patience. I know it does. But I just thank you for taking your time out today with us just to interview you. Is there anything you would like to say before we go?
No, just help foster care.
Yes.
And just, get out there and just help, and just do anything, really. Help out with anything.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can subscribe to my videos on YouTube. You can like those videos and comment as well. And find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all stay blessed.